Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good afternoon. I am back to give Dad another go for the day because I was just kind of bored. And I was thinking, well, what the heck do I want to stream? And the answer was Hatchet Barb because this is still my favorite thing to do in this game. So that's what we're going to be doing today. AWOL, welcome Ross Honorary. Welcome Marcus, welcome Tough, welcome Sharpie, AJWL. A Citizen Red, a Ghost. Hey everybody, welcome. We are going to be W-keying very sad players and stealing their loot. So, sorry in advance to anybody who comes across me. I already did my first warm-up game, by the way, and I killed like 6 people. So, good luck everybody. We'll see. We'll see if I can keep doing that on stream or not. Hey Era 5, welcome man. Good to see you. Oh Lord, Dark and Darker. Well, I was a little bit bored of honestly, Legacy needs some patches. There's some pretty unfun metagaming going on at the moment, and I don't really know if I want to deal with it at the moment. So that's why I'm back to Dad for the time being. Not saying I'm not gonna like flip back and forth between Legacy or anything, but I just wanted a break. You unsubbed because no Dad. I mean, Toth, you should know that my channel is not only Dark and Darker anymore. My plan is to play, you know, all extraction games. So just keep that in mind, you know. I'm not playing only Dark and Darker. That's just not really how my channel is planned to go. Just keep that in mind. Legacy's boring? I don't think Legacy's boring. But it needs some updates. Any chance of some Bop Wizard? Alright, man, look. I haven't played... Steam told me I haven't played Dark and Darker since February 11th. So it's been, like, 3 weeks. Going on 4. Maybe give me some time to adjust to the mechanics of Dark and Darker. Before you ask me to play, like, one of the harder classes to play in. You know? Maybe give me a little bit of time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Hey, Rank, you're welcome, man. Yep. Hey, Yasuke, I don't know if I answered you or not, but welcome, man. Yep. Hey, yeah, we're back on Dad for today. I wanted to do some Hatchet Barb. I never stopped enjoying normal. If you guys were around a few weeks ago when I was still streaming Dad, this is what I was playing. Was Hatchet Barb. This is like, I actually enjoy playing, like, normals PvP. It's way more fun than High Roller PvP. So I never really stopped liking this. It's just that it got repetitive because I did it so much, and I just wanted a break. But a lot of my gripes with Dark and Darker have nothing to do with normals. It's actually High Roller, and, like, the way that gear scales, and the way classes like work and operate with higher gear. But yeah, normals I always have like found pretty enjoyable. Haven't seen. Of course I've seen the dungeon port announcement. It's dead, man. It's gone. Yeah, I heard. I saw. Ranky is a Twitch enjoyer. I think he's on Twitch far more than you took so many streamer names in Midnight Walkers. Was I included in that? Did you take my name too? I feel like I did pretty well in Midnight Walkers. I didn't die a whole lot. I wonder if you take me too? People still talking about TV watch my video? Well, that's true. That's true. If you haven't watched my DV video, that'll pretty much answer everything for you. What we got here? Double X Barb? Alright. Feel is strong. Okay, Warlock down. Heal up, and we'll go kill that Barb too. I thought I heard somebody creeping around. That's why I was a little bit nervous around that Barb. I thought it was a rogue though, not a warlock. Hatchet's the best weapon for solo Barb. I don't know if it's like necessarily the best weapon or not, but it's a good weapon. Grab this guy's here. That's an upgrade. Oh, is that a druid? It's not a druid. I messed up there. Ah! I flubbed. I flubbed up. That was a kill. Damn it. I messed up. Okay. We'll have another chance. Gotcha. Nice try. Yeah, I'm glad that door was closed and not open. Bro's running the copper light this and normals. It's crazy. What do you think of running gold quarterstaff or troll's bane? Well, you can't in normals because it's too much gear score. Iron Mace has decided that the hatchet should have the lowest gear score requirement of like every weapon in the game. So Hatchet Barb is probably the best for normals. What's doing, Dad? Well, I'm still killing people, so that's not new. I'm not entirely sure what is new. The religion system is new. I noticed there's like a whole religion thing going on. I don't know much about it, but I saw that it exists, so it's there for what it's worth. New season or something? No, just a little burned out on Legacy. I think we really need some updates for that game. So my like I mean I still like Legacy. I'm just like burnt out on it. I've just played it a lot. I have 100 hours in Legacy since release, which is a lot of hours to put into one game in a short period of time. Legacy hasn't been out that long. That is a lot of hours. So I always say that variety is the spice of life, quality. I don't know. I like streaming variety, so that's why we're back. You can spend 200k to get a new skin. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I have 200k sitting around. I could just do that. It won't take long. I'd have to sell some of my, like, bags and stuff, because I saw gold keys are worth 0 now, but it won't be too bad. You think the religion killed the wipe? Why do you think religion killed the wipe? What do you know that I don't know about the religion system? And, like, why it, you know, why do you feel like it's dead? Because I don't really know anything about it. I've been completely, like, separated, isolated from, like, anything Dark and Darker for 3 weeks. So, I don't know nothing about anything at the moment. I'm just here to kill people. Can you socket gear? You can socket gear in Dark and Darker. Yes, you can. It's really good. Yeah, you can change stats and make, like, trash gear into basically this. Really good. I made keys worth less than people are complaining. Well, keys were always an artificial value that doesn't really have any monetary backing outside of the fact that storage in Dark and Darker is really bad. So, I mean, everyone should have known that keys were going to go down in price towards the end of the wipe. I myself have probably like 10 gold keys, but I just kind of stopped. Like, I just didn't really care to, like, sell them. You can spend, you try to tell your girlfriend Friday, but she got mad. Well, you gotta find yourself the right girlfriend. Because that'll work on some of them. But good luck with that. I hear that's an unpopular opinion for that. People are saying this skin from Religion imploded the market, and the new gold purchase should have been buyable with gold. The new gold purses? What new gold purses, Rank? You talking about the small ones that people use, like that craft with the, you craft with, like, the bat wings and stuff like that? Like, the small ones that are, like, 200 gold or something? Why Lizard over Werewolf? Oh, because of my PDR. So my PDR with Lizard is, 10%. If I had Werewolf skin, I would probably be, like, 3%, and I lose 15 PDR. From Rage, so it's like... It decompressed the gouge on keys and gold storage, or compressed. You think it's a good thing? Maybe. I guess it's, I haven't been around in a while, so I can't really comment on it much. I guess some people hate it, and some people, like, don't hate it, I guess. Did Dad just wipe? No, I'm just burnt out on Legacy. Kind of in need of some updates, so... I've just played a lot of it, too, so I just needed a break. And I always enjoy playing Hatchet, Barb, and Dark and Darker. This is always fun for me, so... I mean, 100 hours to put into a game as early development as Legacy, I think is a very, very long time. I've kind of done all of the content that I wanted to do. There's not a lot left for me, besides, like, I could, like, learn, like, I could, like, level up and play the other classes, but, to be honest, I don't, like, I'm not really too interested in the other classes. Like, Warrior's kind of, like, my preferred class, but I don't know. I just kind of want some updates and stuff like that to come through. There's also, like, a new, like, insta-kill combo that Warriors are doing, and it's, like, not very fun, like, gameplay-wise, so, like, I don't really want to deal with that either. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking I might just chill for a little bit. I'll definitely be back to playing Legacy at some point, though, for sure. You'd like a mage class in Legacy? Yeah. Yeah, I think they're working on Wizard, but it's gonna be a little bit. Hopefully Midnight Walkers isn't too far. Midnight Walkers is coming out in June. Gonna try Wilds. Well, I don't know what Wilds is. You mean Monster Hunter? I don't really think so. I tried Monster Hunter before, but it didn't really hook me. That was a fun little fight. Okay. Anyway. Alright. You saw a lot of Lich. Lich is really the god of finding animation bugs. Yeah, I have no issues with Lich finding that and using that, what I would really say is an exploit, but he found it fair and square, so that's up to the devs to, you know, patch it / balance it. But my god, is it annoying. See, and also it's not just Lich now. Like, more warriors are starting to do it, and it's not fun at all to fight, really. So, I'm kind of thinking I might just chill and let them do some patch. My only short will show you the stiffness of old dad. I do have one short. I have one and only. I do, yeah. That's, dude, honestly, that short, I think, is so good that I'm okay with it being the only short on my channel. I don't think I need any more shorts. That's enough. Took the soul out of that wizard's body. You gotta check out the short. Frankie, you've never watched the short? I have one short and you've never seen it? That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah, you should. It's like 30 seconds long or something. Walkers has a lot they need to do in the next few months to have a successful release. Well, you know what's a little worrying about Walkers? Think about how many times the game went down. Yeah, think about how many times the game went down in just a 5-day period. I think they were down for maintenance 33% of the time, probably. So you can't do that on a full release. You can't be down a third of the time and go down for maintenance every, like, you know, like 5 hours every day, 8 hours every day. That's just crazy. People are not going to take too kindly to that. Oh, scared me. He's camping the door, so... Yeah, if I chase him there, he just runs off and shuts that door in my face. I don't feel like dealing with that, so... I needed him to, like, get impatient. That's exactly what he did. You think they know that's why they did it in playtests? Yeah, well, hopefully. Hopefully they know. It definitely needs to evolve. Why would I play this silliness when Legacy exists? Because Legacy has a lot of problems that need to be addressed. And I've played a lot of Legacy over the last 2 weeks. No one here who has been around watching my channel for an extended a period of time should not be surprised that I'm playing Dark and Darker right now, but should also not be surprised that I took a break from Dark and Darker. Both of those things are 100% within, like, are 100% things that I, you know, would do. I've said it a lot. You know, I don't plan to only play one game forever. It's fun to play different games. You know, I don't always need to play the same exact game every single day. You know, I want to play like variety sometimes. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Gets a little boring, you know. Can Black play normies? Well, I said it earlier. This is my favorite way to play the game. Hatchet Barb in normals is pretty fun. So this is the one thing I actually enjoy playing in Dark and Darker, because the HR meta is trash. You got like people just dungeon scouting with the continuous system. You have landmine rogues everywhere. You have druids, which I still don't think is fun to play against. You still have life after death swapping, and I'll just add to the other bullshit. You have demons, glee fighters, invis potting, landmining you, killing you for free. It's too much. High roller is just not fun right now in solo, and that doesn't even count like the extract campers. Oh my god, the extra campers are like a whole different thing that's like unfun to play against. So I am perfectly content at the moment, swapping between games every once in a while. Life after death swap doesn't work. I saw a video a couple days ago of somebody life after death swapping. You have to work for it, but you can still do it. It requires building debuff and buff duration. If you have enough debuff and buff, you can still do it. It requires some gear, but it is possible. It's because Iron Mace decides to have like very like spaghetti-like coding, where like every time like something does something negative to you, it's tied to debuff duration resistance. So like Faithfulness is a great example. Faithfulness directly scales with protection from evil, and that's why we had so many issues when they were trying to nerf it, because it couldn't be nerfed because protection from evil was taking away the downside. And similar to Life After Death, if you build enough debuff, you can actually basically bypass the delay to the point where you don't have any downtime, and you can still swap LAD. What happened to the other game? It's still there, just taking a break. Broke? That was weird. I don't know why he was turned around. Maybe it was a bug. Maybe. You're excited to see what they do at Midnight Walkers, not getting the hope too high, but still. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm excited to see what Midnight Walkers looks like in 3 months, 6 months, a year. But as far as, you know, hoping the game is good, I mean, I am hoping the game is good, but I'm not gonna be disappointed if it's not. You know what? I will be disappointed if it's bad. Mistfall Hunter. Mistfall Hunter was really fun. I think Mistfall had the best playtest out of every single extraction game that has tried to come out. Like, by far, that game has the most potential. I am gonna be very, very sad if that game ends up being, because that is the one game I could really see myself, like, just full sending, if it gets popular enough. You never tried it? When was that? A few months ago. Yeah, so I don't know the exact date, but it was a few months ago. I still have, like, videos on my channel from it. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube and just type in Mistfall Hunter, you'll see a video from, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And, like, I did, like, a little, like, review video on it. Haven't heard of it? Barb seems angry. Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, what was I saying? Or was I doing? Can Wizard get some new skills and spells? Oh my god, yes. Please. Give Wizard some love, Iron Mace. It's one of my favorite classes in the game, and it gets a little stale. Too bad Mistfall resembles Greed is good, with how much communication we get. That's not really fair. The game is not out yet. I mean, the devs don't, like, need to be communicating, really, right now. Like, what purpose is there? The game just isn't out yet. I mean, I think it's fine. What about the Elden Ring one? What do you mean? Well, Mistfall is the... Oh, I got third-partied. That's sad. That wasn't even me. I think I could have killed that guy. I died to another rogue, right? Yeah. I got killed by a different guy. That's unfortunate. That wasn't on me. I think that was perfectly fine. It was just it was just another rogue. A third party. It's okay. I was gonna say, how the hell did I get hit there? I was wondering. I was wondering how I got hit. Probably 500 gold for a boots that don't have bad movement speed. That's a yeah, I knew the rogue, like, I knew he existed, but that other rogue didn't really give me a choice, like, when to fight him. So, it was kind of like, like, what was I really supposed to do there? Not a whole lot. I think I did what I could. We'll grab vitality rings. Cool, maybe I should have grabbed dexterity rings, actually. Yeah, these are supposed to be dex. I completely forgot. Oh, it's not. Screw it. Okay. Oh, that should be good. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, me and that rogue were both one shot too. I know he was one shot. I know I know for sure he was. I'm assuming that other rogue is also going to die. I'd be surprised if he lived. Marvel Rivals? That doesn't really interest me. That's not really my genre of game, personally. The Dungeon Board streamer is back? I haven't played Dungeon Board in like 4 months. Or longer. It's been at least 4 months, I'm pretty sure. A timeless classic? Do you mean getting third-partied by a rogue? Because that is a timeless classic. Or do you mean Dungeon Board? Dungeon Board is not a classic. It is, it is, I don't know, buried in the dirt. Heroes of the Storm? Well, that's not a game you'd play now. I used to like Heroes of the Storm, but that game's not really worth playing, like, now. That game's been abandoned for a while now, right? Or abandoned enough. Is Warlock gonna push? If I try to chase him, he's gonna just run away. If he turns the corner, I can kill him. He probably has Phantom Eyes, too. Oh. Yeah, well, I can just hold Barb. Oh god, the third parties are coming. Oh no. Oh no. Here comes more players. Okay. We'll back up for a minute. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would use the word classic for Dungeon Board. There's a different word there. But classic is not one of them. You ran on something on Legacy earlier today. Oh, did you? Was I playing Warrior or Priest? I was playing a little bit of Priest, too. I'm assuming Warrior, though. No. The door meta. I do feel like that. The door meta. Okay. Dungeon War's getting shut down. I mean, we all knew it was gonna get shut down eventually. You would have to have been like high on crazy amounts of copium if you thought that game wasn't getting taken down. You'd have to be like out of your mind if you think that Dungeon Barb is ever getting like actually updated. It was never gonna happen. I was deathballing, I believe. That sounds like me. You know, I sure did miss the door meta in this game. It's definitely probably one of the highlights. I think it's in my top 3 things most enjoyed about Dark and Darker. it's doors. Doors would be number 1, 2, and 3 for me, for sure. Absolutely. Economy department on Tencent probably calculated it was too risky trying to get the game popular again. They're gonna create it a new name. You think they're gonna make Dungeon Board it a new name? Why would they bother? Why? I don't understand. Like, the game is... But that doesn't make any sense. Why would they even try to do that? Do you think they're still working on the game? Because that would be insane if they are. Seems like a ginormous waste of money. No one's buying... Like, no one will ever buy that, like, game again. From those devs. Not in the Western market, at least. Had a 30-second cooldown? No, you don't have to do... The only thing you have to do to stop the door meta is make it take the same amount of time to open and close a door. That's it. It's a super easy fix. They could do it at any time. This is like a hot fix. They don't even need downtime for it, right? Just make it so when you close the door, it's not instant. It just takes the amount of time it takes to open it. It's pretty simple. That fixes it immediately. People buy a lot of games from bad devs. I mean, we're talking about a game that was officially abandoned, though. I don't think that's a little bit different. DB devs are on the beach. Do you think they made that much money though? Didn't DB receive most of their funding from Tencent? So did the people working on DB really get that much money? Because I feel like they didn't. It just all came from Tencent, probably from other games. I mean, how much could they really have been making with the player count they had? Like, I'm sure they had some whales that were, like, paying a lot of money for stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't think it could be that much. You're playing Wizard in Arena and using the locked door spell to clutch rounds, sitting in spawn room holding fireball. Locked door is a interesting spell for sure. I don't ever really see it, but... Oh, these guys are teaming. Teaming like that is some crazy work. That is some crazy work. Next wizard spell is to unlock a door. Or chest. Well, I don't know about you, but I would be perfectly okay if wizards unlock, or the wizard's lock door spell, if it also worked as a, like, an open chest or something. Like, maybe it did both, because the locked door feels kind of underwhelming. I wouldn't mind if it had, like, an extra use. I never see it. I don't remember the last time I saw a solo wizard use locked door. I think the answer is, like, never. This doesn't really happen. This exclamation mark is gonna drive me crazy. didn't give up on Legacy. I just need a break from it. I like the game, but it needs some work. I mean, it's not that I'm not going to play it anymore, but I just maybe not play it every single day of my life. You know? This is just what I do with all games. This isn't like new or anything. I swap games all the time. Tencent pulled funding a while ago. Well, talking about me? I mean, yeah, but they still receive Tencent funding. You've been doing shield builds in Legacy? Like, the Mason shield? I don't think the Mason shield can compete with the new axe meta that is developing. The axe meta does 1500 plus damage, and there's no counterplay. Once you get touched, you're already dead. Like, if they get one chain grab or one roar on you, you're taking 1500 damage. Sounds a lot better than a Mason shield doing 100 damage. Or really duck into my headshots. That's it. That is some crazy gameplay. DV might have been the Tencent alpha test to check the market if it was worth them to invest in a real dungeon extraction. Dungeonborn was a real dungeon extraction. It was a good game. It's just they shit on it. DV was fun. I didn't play DV because it was bad. I played it because the game was fun. But it needed some dev work, and they just stopped developing it. So, yeah. I mean, it didn't really matter. Doesn't matter how good or bad the game is. If you as a team like can't, you know, update your game and fix things that need to be fixed, then of course you're gonna die. Like it's a surprise or anything. I mean, I'm not surprised. A fire pot? The explosion? Probably when Warlock was spamming them, because they did, like, half your health. Most of my time I spend streaming. Mobile? Dark and Darker Mobile isn't even gonna be Dark and Darker anymore. Yeah, Dark and Darker Mobile, they're changing the name. So that game is probably just, like, gonna be completely different soon. I mean, I'm pretty sure the name change is gonna also follow, like, the entire game being changed. That'd be my guess, at least. So, like... What do I mean? I mean that... the devs, they pulled the contract. Dark and Darker Mobile will not be called Dark and Darker Mobile anymore. They're changing the name. Look it up. I'm not lying to you. I'm serious. It really is being changed. Might be dead. Oh! Almost. Nice quarter stop. That was close. Saved by the door. Why that's happening? Nope. My only guess is they're trying to separate themselves from Iron Mace because of the lawsuit. They probably don't want Nexon to come after them. Yeah, Alpha. I'm back on Dad for a little bit. I wonder where that Barb went. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh man, that was a little scary. It's getting all dicey there. Okay. How many times has that been said, saved by the door? Probably thousands. Yeah, from what I read on Reddit, the Dark and Darker mobile developers just want to separate themselves and don't want to be associated with Iron Mace anymore because, like, for intents and purposes, they've been found guilty of, you know, stealing from Nexon. That's why they're having to pay a big fine. It's not, you know, the fine isn't, like, for nothing, you know, because they were found of doing something wrong. I haven't really looked up into it too much, but those are the facts. So I imagine they just don't want to be associated with them at this point. That'd be my guess. 6 million? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you can't work for a company, leave, take all of the employees with you that was working on a game, and then just make the game, like, and then just make your own game with the information that you got from the company you just worked under. It doesn't work like that. So, no, I mean, I'm not really, I was always hoping that Dark and Darker never got taken down, but I always knew something was probably going to happen, and seeing that they got fined does not surprise me at all. They're appealing, so it might be even more. What do you mean they're appealing? Is 6 mil? Wait, I don't understand. Nexon is appealing the 6 mil, saying they want more. Okay. They're trying to cover their ass while not paying money to Iron Mace. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Jordy. Yep. That is exactly it. Do you think Legacy will have issues in the future as well? Not that I'm aware of. Why would they have issues? 6 million is guaranteed, appealing to a higher court for more damages. If it goes through, it could be massive. Ooh, I didn't know about that. That could be a big deal. That's true. That could be massive. I wonder if that'll happen or not. Nexon is KMMO and Gotcha Pub. You're sure they wouldn't have a good idea for anyone to steal? What do you mean? I mean, it's not... I don't think that's how that works. I don't think Nexon is winning the suit because they're just a big corporation. I don't think that's how that works, right? I mean, Iron Mace worked at Nexon, and they brought, like, it seems pretty cut and dry, man. I don't know. It sure seems to me like Iron Mace did do something wrong here. That's how it works in South Korea. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't think me or you really have any idea then, if that's the case. You really can't say one way or the other. Maybe they're guilty, maybe not. All I know is them having to pay that fine will make the public opinion see Iron Mace as guilty. Regardless, like, that is going to be the outcome, right? It's just how it is. I'm not familiar with Legacy devs. Didn't Legacy come from WoW? I mean, yeah, but I guess it's not the same thing. I don't really have an answer for that question, but my guess is no, because I'm sure the devs were careful on that. I would think they would be, at least. Also, I'm pretty sure they made, like, their own assets and stuff, right? As far as I know. Yeah, as far as I know, the Legacy developers are not in any danger for that kind of thing to happen. Like normals. Because High Roller, Dark and Darker is one of the most miserable pieces of gameplay I've ever seen. And had the displeasure of playing. The current High Roller is really, really bad. I don't know how anybody plays it. Continuous dungeons, letting people just dungeon scout, and then find geared players and go in knowing where they are. People camping extract portals, huge imbalance in classes. It's awful. I don't like Dark and Darker except for normals. Yeah, I actively dislike playing High Roller at this point. In my opinion, the continuous dungeon system should have been taken away months ago. I think they tried it, and I really don't think it worked the way that I think they really would have wanted it to. I would rather have the old portal system, where you randomly find portals, than have this system as we currently have it. Because then I don't have to worry about people camping extraction points, and I know that, you know, if I kill somebody, then people aren't going to be spawning 3 inches from me. There must be a rogue in here. Okay. Arena has been your only source of fun. I would love to play Arena if it was solos or duos. It had no doors and mobs. I want a true Arena mode in Dark and Darker. I want to, like, go in 1v1, no doors, and just be able to fight people. That would be nice. You like D&D, but you're mostly a melee enjoyer in games, and Left Click Simulator gets old. Well, that's why I'm looking forward to Mistfall Hunter so much. I think because Mistfall seemed like it had a lot of different gameplay options, like their character trees that Dark and Darker was supposed to have. Never released it, by the way. Their character trees are good, and it feels like it's like pretty variety, like cool. Like I don't know. It feels good, and the combat felt more complex than just mostly just left and right click. No, I'm looking forward to that, but it's a little early to be super hyped for it because, you know, we don't know the devs, you know, we just have no idea. I know that the playtest felt very polished and fun, but we have no idea if the game's gonna be good or not when it launches. Who knows? If Dark and Darker had a 1v1 arena mode, I would probably only play that. And I would just build the best kit I can. What was that ice block? Dude, what? Wait. What was that ice block? Did they add a new sorcerer spell? I have never, ever seen sorcerer use ice block. That is the first time ever. What does it even do? Is that a thing? Has that always been a thing? Also, that guy ate like 8 Hatchet hits. That was kind of crazy. It's been in the game since release. Saying people don't use it often is the biggest understatement of the year. I have not seen a single ice block since I started playing this season. That is like a huge understatement. That I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, I didn't know they had an ice block spell. That's completely new to me. I just had no idea. You've never seen it in person either? Alright, so maybe often would be an understatement then. Perhaps. Mistfall's fighting system looks worse. I disagree. I think Mistfall's fighting system looks better than Dark and Darker's. I don't think Dark and Darker's fighting system is all that great. This game shines in that it's a, like, dungeon extraction game that isn't, like, gun-based for me. I don't think the combat is really all that great in the current, like, state. So I really don't think that's the case. Unique Arena Mint is coming out at the end of Wipe. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard. Yeah. Oh, man, that's gonna be crazy. All right, well, how about I'll answer your comment with another question for you. Do you think that fighter running around with a Demon's Glee and a Mana Sphere, killing people in like 3 to 4 hits with no sour spot, is good gameplay? Do you think that is something that you would look at and go, yeah, that is a fun way to play this game? If the answer is no, then I don't think that's the case. Probably back to Dad. Just burnt out on Legacy, and I enjoy playing normals, because normals PvP is pretty fun. Really what it boils down to. I could even change that question. Does anybody here currently watching think that Demon's Glee Fighter is enjoyable to play against? Not play, because obviously you might enjoy using it and cheesing, but does anybody here enjoy fighting Demon's Glee Fighters? Anybody at all? Your death ball has a stick and an axe head on it? New patch? Yeah, new patch. New patch. You haven't seen Demon's Glee Fighter in a while? Really? Did they quit High Roller? Because last time I played Dark and Darker, that was like one of the bigger metas for Fighter. Has it changed? I mean, I was running Demon's Glee Fighter a few weeks ago. Am I mistaken? Has the meta shifted away from that stupid build? No, Demon's Glee Fighter is still meta, but not a lot of fighters are running it because it's expensive. Well, that makes more sense to me, because last time I played, Demon Glee Fighter was absolutely still meta at the time. I mean, truth be told, I don't even think Longsword Fighter is a generally good combat mechanic in this game anymore. It's just fighters holding left click, waiting to one-shot you. If I make one mistake and I hit his longsword in, like, melee range, I just die for free. It's Yeah, I think I don't know if I don't even know if I really particularly like Sword Fighter anymore. I used to. I used to. These fighters are they're so hungry for parries. They're starving. Demon's Glee Fighter, Reckless Barb, Ranger Shotgun, Ranger Spear, Backstep, Synergy, Druid as an entirety. I pretty much agree with that whole sentiment, yeah. Players are broke. Oh, because they spent 200,000 gold donating to the to the religion. Yeah, I imagine that. I would still rather fight Longsword than Demon's Glee, though. Demon's Glee is definitely like its own level. Wait, that's the same. I already killed this druid. Well, that's continuous dungeons for you, I guess. That is the same druid I already killed. It's the same guy. Okay. That's crazy. That's insane. That's, yeah, I don't even have it. I have nothing to say to that. The same guy. Oh, man. Oh, he's dead. He died to a longsword. That's hilarious. I didn't feel like fighting another druid. It's okay. He'll probably be back for a third time. Just give him a minute to re-kit. This game needs serious competition for it to ever become good. You mean competition as in other games, you know, being able to compete with it? Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely needs competition. I've been saying that for a long time. That's why I always try out these new extraction games. I'm pretty disappointed that that Shadows of Chroma Tower game is going PvE, so that game's kind of off my list. I don't think that game's PvE is anywhere near interesting enough to, like, hold me at all. You know, it was like, the PvE was enough if there was also players, but to only be PvE, I don't think so. I kind of moved on from that one. You know, I agree with that, Oldbot. I agree with that. I do like being able to insta-join lobbies and not having to wait for a timer. But I do not understand why you can join the same lobby twice. Is that this? Dude, if that is the same Jaromsky TV guy, that's insane. Nothing happened to Legacy. I'm just taking a break. I think Dark and Darker never really improved since I think the release of Druid was kind of like really when the game started to get worse. I think if Druid never got released in this game, it would just be a strictly better game. Hate me if you want for saying that, but it's the truth. I have never liked Druid. In any iteration that they've ever been in, I don't think it's been good for the game. This game was kind of built on having, like, very limited movement, and Druid, like, really breaks that movement cycle that the devs just really were never prepared to balance for. I mean, it really shows by just general gameplay. You know, like the old classes, Cleric, for example, just, I feel like they've been left in the dust for solo. You just have to deal with these Druid players on crack. And it's always so hard to fight. If you have a sword that has +3 health and you're at 3 health, what happens when you put it away? You lose the 3 health. It only lasts when your weapon is out. Remove Bard, Lock, Druid, and Sorcerer. Well, I don't know if that's really the case. But I do think Iron Mace added maybe too many classes too fast. And we're never really able to, like, properly balance them. I don't think anything will ever compare to how Dark and Darker felt when it first released on playtest. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, the WoW Classic crowd. The people who want to, revert all the updates that, Blizzard did to World of Warcraft, but they want to just play vanilla. And I don't even think that's a bad thing. I actually, we need Dark and Darker Classic so we can, play the game again. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Hey, Raphael, welcome, man. How does the game feel? I mean, it hasn't really changed in the last few weeks. That's why I'm playing normals. Just kind of, like, chilling, having some fun. Also, Dark and Darker is a good game that I can kind of, like, stream and just kind of talk to you guys and, like, turn my brain off. Because it's not that hard to play Hatchet Barb for me. Like, I can do this in my sleep. So, I can really, like, pay attention to chat quite a lot when I'm playing this. Except don't bring back vanilla trading. Do you remember the playtest vanilla trading when fighter chat had like 1,000 people in it? And by the time you posted something for sale, it was already like off your screen. That shit was crazy. Dude, I would kill for 3x3 goblin caves with random portals right after they updated the map, so you didn't always just die to the end portal because it didn't spawn. I would kill to go back and play that. That shit was so fun, man. Oh, that was so fun. Curious if their 2-week update is still... Yeah, I saw that they haven't really updated the game at all recently. They've updated the game like once since I've been gone, which is pretty low. I guess they've decided to extend the amount of time they spend on, or like extend the, update times. What do I think about bunny hop and hot swap? Those are two things that kind of drove me to not want to play this game. But it's a lot more egregious in high roller than normals. You don't really see that kind of stuff too much in normal, so that's kind of why I play here too. But yeah, it is pretty unfun. Also, there's a guy. This is fun gameplay. I mean, I'm taking this exit. You will just sit here and die. I'm not giving you this. Not on your life. Druid's a better melee class than Barb. So sad. Well, I mean, what was I gonna do? I didn't have a choice. I would have died to the zone. Sad. It's so sad. Not a lot I could have. I mean, I was like, it was like a guaranteed death at that point. Druid is the best melee class in the game. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Skill issue, of course. Wormhole would not have saved me there because it's normals and you can't use a good enough wormhole to play the game. Druids don't have to use weapons, so they get to bring better gear into normals. It's 100% a gear score issue because of how Iron Mace has balanced Druid. So Druid gets to use 124 gear score towards only gear. Meanwhile, if you want a wormhole, you have to spend like your entire gear score on just one wormhole. It's not gonna work. It would not win that fight. It would not. You would have to be higher gear score to use wormhole against them. Yeah, it's 100% a gear score diff. Gear score diff. That's just not how that works. A gray wormhole will never do enough damage to kill that guy too. It's never gonna happen. Also, the wormhole would have just hit those little chains, yeah. Yeah, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. The only thing is, I will get all my gear back, most likely, because that guy doesn't have enough time to jump off the elevator and loot me. So I'll just buy all my gear back. It's whatever. Bring in a purple wormhole? You can't. Do you not understand how gear score works in this game? That's not... I literally cannot use a wormhole of high rarity because I will not be able to bring in gear, so I will just lose every fight. Because wormhole without action speed is really bad. That's not how that works. I just want space. I don't care about the gear. I just want space to store my gets. Has DB gotten any better? Not really. DB just has no competitors at the moment that, like, can really compete with them. That's kind of always been the issue. If you didn't like Dark and Darker 3 months ago, you're not gonna like it now. I promise you a purple wormhole against with no gear against a competent druid is not winning you that fight. Because you're gonna have no action speed at all. And your wormhole is gonna be so slow swinging that they're still just gonna kill you anyway. The only way you're winning that is if the druid sucks really bad and doesn't know what they're doing. Also, again, you would hit the chains anyway, because the elevators have, or the chains are, like, they have collision. I mean, Burgundy, you're just wrong. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm not going to agree with you. Do you realize how much time I've spent playing 124 gear score? Slow. What are you? Must be a filter or something. A wizard? Yeah, that's -1 wizard player. That's -1 wizard player. What does the world come to? Well, Legacy's in a really not great spot at the moment, so yeah, I'm just letting them cook a little bit. Needed a break for the day from that game. What's wrong with it? Well, warriors are one-shotting people with no counterplay is really the big one, yeah. Also, hunters are completely broken with their cyclone flying across the map. It's really quite burdensome. It's like, it's really unfun to play against fighters in the current meta. So you have hunters flying across the map with like no cooldown. You have the one-shot combo that is hands off the keyboard and you're dead. I don't really mind rogues and priests too much, but those two are a little bit tiresome to play against. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you shouldn't be able to go from 100 to 0 from one combo button, which is all it really is. Well, Legacy is grindy, but that doesn't necessarily bother me too much because they did just buff loot. It's more just that I've kind of done everything in Legacy. There's not that much content that I really haven't delved into. And the game just desperately needs some, like, balance. Or just some, like, hotfix updates. What is the 100 to 0? So you incapacitating shout with a two-handed axe. You do a heavy charge. Then you do an animation cancel to use 2 whirlwinds after getting a free anchor on them. And then they lose 1500 plus HP depending on your gear. And at that point, like, you're either dead, or if you're a warrior, you're almost dead and you lose. And that's all 100, that's all from one button press. And it just relies on you being next to them and they press their shout button and you're already dead. So it's pretty unfun. I started playing it earlier off stream and I just like, it's so like, it's not even really fun to do because it feels like very cheesy. And I don't even know, like if I stream, I feel like I have to play that. Because if someone else is playing it and I'm not, I'll just lose. So it's like, I don't know. Just kind of sucks. If, you know, for doors, you only need one change to fix the door meta in Dad. Just make doors open and close at the same speed, and that doesn't really become an issue anymore. These are some of the deadest normal lobbies I've ever seen. Is this a new meta? Am I missing like a meta strat? Am I gonna die to this? Okay, this is new. I have never seen this before. That's brand new. Interesting. Is it only a thing because of 124 lobbies? Is it because of how much damage it does? Because I've never seen that before. That's definitely brand new. They giga buff the shield bash? It must be giga buff, because that does way more damage than I think it ever used to. I wonder how low he was. I hit him, I think, what, like 3 times? But it was probably limb hit, so it didn't do that much damage. 40 base. That's pretty high. That's a lot of damage. So when they shield bash, I guess you just have to like try to dodge and weave out of their shield bash range and then try to like get past that hit, right? Because that definitely does a lot more damage than it used to. I remember them buffing shield bash, but as far as 124 like, you know, strats go, that's a new strat. That didn't used to be a thing. Not the last time I played, at least. So either that guy is like the only one doing it, or that's a new, you know, that's like an actual like new meta. One or the other. It has a 7-second cooldown. Holy shit, that's kind of nutty. That's kind of insane. Well, Shield Bash never used to do that much damage. I remember them buffing it, but I think in high gear lobbies, it's still not worth using. But in low gear, it's probably a little bit different. Oh, obviously. He's the only one doing it pretty base. Maybe. Maybe he's just a god among men. We're just the simple mortals living in his world. Maybe come back to dad? Just, I don't know, just for fun. Just to do it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna be, like, playing dad every day, but I just wanted to play it for the day. If Legacy did a hotfix right now that made the Hunter Tornado higher cooldown, and they nerf that Warrior one-shot cheese, then I would immediately be then that would immediately make the game better. But those two things are getting a little bit tiresome already. Hey, Rick, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the level 2 sub, too. Appreciate that. Almost everything goes through the Pavise unless lucky. The projectiles don't go through. Imagine you confident approach Barb with your Pavise bash. He activates Reckless and headshots you through the Pavise. Is that a thing? That sounds kind of silly. I mean, that's not really a surprise, though, Zal. I mean, most of us here probably know that this game isn't really known for its, shields working properly. Shields just don't really have, like, good collision in this game. It's why I usually don't use shields. Golden keys are worth running now? Yeah, what do they fall down to, like 1,000 gold? Maybe they are finally worth running. Oh, I got the first hit. You're dead. Oh, no. Oh, I pressed 1, but the animation didn't cancel quick enough. That is so sad. He is the luckiest guy in the world. When I pressed my hand block, that was a hatchet hit and he would have been dead. Luckiest guy in the entire world. Wow. What a luck sack. Ooh, good game. Good game. He was one shot too. I wonder if he had the no iron will set up. Yup, he does. He does have the no iron will set up. GG. That was super, super close. Yeah, we were both one shot there. I hit him more too. That was very close. I had him too, man. I misplayed so bad. I pressed 1 to pull out my weapon and it just didn't work. The game like didn't register that I pressed it. So I ended up just blocking on the final kill. Like I should have had him already. That's so tragic. Can I please buy a Franny? Thanks. Alright, I'm done listening to argument here. I'll see you later, Burgundy. Go watch some other streamer. I'm tired of hearing you argue. This shit was over like 20 minutes ago and you're still yapping. Holy shit, man. This shit was over like... This shit was over 20 minutes ago. Man, I cannot believe. I'm in disbelief. I can't believe if I just have my hatchet out, I would have killed him there too. Or if I had crush, that would also work. It's worth noting, if I want to win more Barb matchups and win less, like, Sorcerer matchups, I actually want to take away Iron Will and trade that for, Berserker. You know, I'm seeing a lot of Barbs. I might end up doing that. Alright. I'm gonna have to change to... I think these Barbs are running no Iron Will. I'm gonna have to change here. They definitely have Berserker and I don't. It's too game changing. I forgot how much, like, I forgot how meta dependent Barb vs. Barb was of 124. Having like the extra 30% damage versus having Iron Will, which doesn't actually do anything against Barbs. Completely forgot about that, so I need to go back to using that setup. So if I run against Sorcerer, it just is what it is. I just kind of lose, but there's too many Barbs in fighters to not run that. That's definitely the play. Yeah, it's been a little bit. I didn't know what the meta was like in these low lobbies, but there's just way too many like not caster classes to run Iron Will. It's just a waste of a perk. I'm basically running 3 perks, and these other Barbs are running 4, so it's just not worth it. I need that, you know, 30% damage boost, which is just insane, and easily swings these fights. This whole game is meta dependent. Well, that was my point. That's why I swapped. That's why I swapped off Iron Will. You can't run if other Barbs are not running Iron Will. and you are at a massive disadvantage, and you're probably just going to lose because it's gonna be a gear. It's gonna be a gear diff or a you know, a skill diff. Your you know, your class skills, because the extra damage is gonna change it from, you know, like a one shot. Like it's gonna be a one hit difference in a fight. So, you know, just it is what it is. It's gonna really suck when I see sorcerers because I know they're gonna just push me back, but it's, you know, it is what it is. If I want to be able to compete with Barb's not running Iron Will, I need to take it off. So it's fine. Just pray that we don't see Sorcerer anytime soon. Well, that's pretty much it, Zell. Iron Will just is not needed in 124. There's not enough sorcerers and wizards for me to justify running Iron Will. There's too many like barbs and druids and fighters and other physical classes. So I would rather just have an extra 30% damage. You know, why not run 30% damage for free? Silly me. Burst Druid? Iron Will doesn't do anything Burst Druid, right? There goes a piece, True Fizz. You can do True Fizz or All Stat. Technically, All Stat is better, but it's really close. Druids don't knock back, do they? What knockback? What you mean, like when the bear hits you? Does that even affect the Iron Will properly? I'm just gonna waste this second wind. Oh, the goblin. Wow, that's annoying. That goblin just saved his ass. He's never parrying me there if the goblin doesn't give him the frickin'... I don't even think he was trying to goblin parry, which is the craziest thing. He was parrying towards me, and the goblin hit right on his sword. That was... I feel like that was very lucky. That was a little nuts. It looked lucky, at least. I don't think he was trying to parry that goblin, but it sure did work out. Okay, note to self. We're back to them. He wasn't trying to parry the goblin at all? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was not. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he was not. Nice. Now I have two fighters in between. We have the luckiest fighter in the world. And the other guy. Okay, so I'm just being 2v1 now. I don't know why I'm being 2v1, but... Fine. Can't really kill 2 fighters. I can kill 1. I don't think I can kill 2. Oh, they're just actively teaming. Right? It looks like they're teaming. Okay, well. This is fun. Definitely enjoyable. I'm just dead, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't understand why I'm being, like, actively targeted by 2 separate fighters. This is so annoying. Jump to the top? I mean, what? And then I have 2 fighters sitting below me? That is not really gonna work. That's not the play. I don't think. Oh, of course this is used. Unlucky. That was my plan to use that shrine. Game sus? Sus is an understatement. Sus is... It's something, alright. I might just leave. I don't really want to fight 2 fighters. They can go hold hands somewhere else, but not in my lobby. I'd rather play a lobby where I'm not being actively chased by 2 separate players. If this was high roller, that would be bannable, and I would report it, but you're not allowed to report teaming in normal, so it just is what it is. Still pretty lame, though. Hatchet work in 224. You could probably make it work. Is it the best build? Maybe not, but it could work. Cleric is awful. You have no chase. You think door and door is bad on Barb when you have rage. Imagine doing it on Cleric with no movement speed skills and everyone just shuts doors in your face. I don't think Cleric's really the play at all in solo anymore. They kind of dogged on Cleric quite a lot. It's good in trio, but Cleric isn't really a solo class anymore. Iron Mace doesn't like solo players, so. Hey, Dilmaj. Runs have been alright. Good to see you, man. I mean, Cleric is good for PvE, but PvP is not really. Not really the same. Never said I was friendly. Never said I was friendly. Ooh, I actually have full skills this time to fight the barbarian. I have berserker too. Yep. I have berserker now, buddy. So you're not killing me this time. It's the same exact Barb that killed me, but I had Iron Will. But now I don't have -1 skill. So. Well, without Berserker, I might not have killed him on that last hit. But, yeah, Berserker makes a big difference. If you think I was exaggerating on how good it is against Barbs, I was not. I was not exaggerating. You see that guy in my peripheral vision, like, crouch walking towards that door? Glove is, interesting. It does the same damage as a hatchet does. It has more gear score, though. But, interesting thought. Why am I back to dad? Just to play it for the day. Nothing special, Jonas. Just playing it for fun. Oh, this isn't a noob. He has a lichen skin. Alright, off with his head. Yeah, no noob has a lichen skin. Right? That means you've been playing for a while. If it was like a default Timmy fighter, I might have left him alone, but... He's using that normal's Biss skin. Unless he paid for it. I guess you can buy one of those skins, can't you? In which case he spent money on skins, so, you know, we still have to. Dual-wield glove and hatchet? Yeah, that's, yeah, unfortunately, not a great weapon combo. You just lose 20 speed, unfortunately. We need more DLC to support the 6 million lawsuit. Well, apparently it might be more than 6 million. Nexon is suing a higher court for more damages than 6 mil. So it might even be more than that. You lose speed and look insanely silly? Well, we can agree to that. You do look pretty damn silly running Love and Hatchet. Are bat links still worth a lot of money? I'm guessing no. If gold keys are so low, I doubt those are going to be worth anything anymore. Hi, Schizo. Welcome in. Yeah, I just needed a break from Legacy. I'll be back to that game soon, I'm sure. But just wanted to take a little bit of a day off. Play something different. I haven't played Dad in a few weeks anyway. All rusty keys are 5k. I don't even know what a rusty key does. I just know it drops off those worms. I mean, at the current moment, I have pretty high hopes that if the developers continue to... If developers continue to update Legacy and can kind of get it to like a more stable point, I think that game has some pretty good potential. And I think the game is currently fun. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on that game. Just the reality of it. I'll be back in a minute. Legacy's future seems pretty bright with their current CEO. Yeah. I think the developers have shown that they have a level of competence that Dungeonborn did not have. So hopefully Legacy is able to, continue to improve, and we can kind of go from there. That said, I am very much looking forward to... I don't know why I feel so tired. I'm very much looking forward to Midnight Walkers. Even though it was in a pretty rough state, I'll still kind of keep an eye on it and see how it feels. Mistfall Hunter. I thought the last playtest was pretty good, so when it comes back in April, I think it's supposed to be, I'll give that a go. see how it feels. And then outside of that, it's just a matter of just kind of keeping an eye out. You know, Vault Breakers too. Vault Breakers is adding solo, so I could definitely see myself getting into that game as well. You don't like third person? I don't mind third person games. That's never really bothered me. I was big on like Dark Souls, and that game's third person, so. Did Rusty Keys fall in price as much as the Golden Keys did? Because the last time I played, Golden Keys were worth like 17,000 gold, and now they're worth 1,400. So, a little crazy how low they are now. You like third person? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely don't. Is this a Timmy? We play him a song. We'll play him a song and let him play it. I think he doesn't have any meds either. I don't think he does have meds. He got hit, but he has a little red pot. He doesn't use it though. Yeah, we'll leave him. That guy might be a free trial player too. If I had to take a guess, that's probably a free trial. That'd be, yeah. We don't have to kill every player we see. I'm not even sure what the tavern table is. Oh, I don't have knockback. No knockback, but it's okay. We'll just kill him anyway. Most seasoned people have left Dark and Darker till next wipe. Do you think that's true? Last I checked, I think they still have like 10,000 people playing, which is way higher than I expected. I mean, heck, if I don't need Iron Will to kill sorcerers, then I really shouldn't ever be using Iron Will in these lobbies. Next wipe? Oh, Callum, I don't think anybody knows. I have no clue when next wipe is. I don't think the devs have even said. They made an announcement this morning. SCF, the tavern table, will be a lot of announcements and information. So is it gonna be like? So why not just put them in Discord? What is the difference between them having a Discord announcement and the tavern table? 124 is quite something. You never assume you get 4-tapped by a rogue while having 150 HP and 30 PDR. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You can build surprisingly good kits in 124s though. Really. Oh, there's that bunny hopping shit. You see it? See the bunny hopping? Alright, I guess he deserves to live. I guess he deserves it. He was able to shut the door. I tried to get in there. It's fine. I don't feel like playing the door game with him. Brave Hunter, 7 True Fizz, and a billion throwing knives. Yeah, it sounds about right. I believe it. He was so fast with 5-all. Well, yeah, Iron Mace didn't have the common sense to remove the 5-all they gave Warlocks for free. So, yeah, Warlocks are still pretty strong, for sure. That was why I didn't come back to Dark and Darker during the last update, because they didn't nerf Warlocks 5-all. I think that was like a very silly game design decision that did that. And they didn't change it, so I just kind of like gave up on them. Normals can be sweaty, man. Normals can be very sweaty. 124 gear score. If you bring like white weapons, you can have some insane gear. Which is what the like the pro strat is to bring all good gear and a bad weapon, because the gear will carry you more than just the weapon will. That's how that goes. Double Grubby and Purple Ox plus all and full Copper Light on 124 Druid is broken. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Druid has a huge advantage in low gear score lobbies that other classes don't get to use. Except well, Sorcerer too. But I think Druid is able to abuse it more, because they don't require weapons to do full damage all in animal form. That guy got finessed. He only hit me once. I don't understand why people are still farming like normal's treasure this late in the wipe. It would make more sense for them to be in HR to be going for like demigod or something. I'm surprised people are doing like core tile and stuff in normals. Because it feels like it's so late. Like stuff's gonna wipe pretty soon, right? How long has it been since the last wipe? It's been over 2 months, right? Farming for skin, but too lazy. Oh, you know what? That's a good thought. Yeah, I didn't think about that. The skin. You gotta get money for the skin, right? Yeah, but it's gonna take so long in normals versus HR. But I guess you could do it. I don't know who thought having a hatchet with less gear score than a horseman or Viking sword. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. I've said that for a while now. It's been 2.5 months. Does Iron Mace still operate on 3-month wipe schedules? Not entirely sure if they do or not. If they do, it would mean that wipe would be in 2 weeks, but I would think if they were gonna wipe in 2 weeks, they would have said something by now. I was like, it was longer than 3 months. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Maybe, yeah. You might be right. I remember last wipe dragging on a lot. Like, waiting for the wipe. I don't remember exactly when I started playing Dad. Back from DB. I don't know if it was that wipe or the wipe before. I remember one of the wipes dragging on a lot, but I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that. They may announce it during Tavern Table, whenever that is. Yeah, so what exactly is Tavern Table? I don't exactly understand. Is it gonna be videos? Is it... Like, I don't know what that is. Comment from STF. We are preparing for the next Tavern Table where we'll share information. So, yeah, so we just don't know exactly where the Tavern Table... Okay, so we just don't know exactly... We just don't know. Is what it sounds like. We're just not sure. Decided not to use the official launch tavern. However, since you're not quite familiar with it, our preparation has taken longer. Okay. So we're just kind of chilling. Okay. Hopefully they give us some information, you know, somewhat soon. It would be nice to know when the wipe is planned. Wait, do I actually have no slot? Wait, oh my god. I'll have to just start vendoring all the gear. I don't know if I'm even gonna use it before wipe is done. At this point, I'm not really sure. That's fine. I'll keep it for now. Why do I have 127? What do I have? Oh. Oh no. Oh no, where did I put the other one? Oh no, man. There we go. Okay. I see we have a very friendly guy here. So, Seriously, Soapy has a video of him reacting to the first one, but you're not sure where it is. Maybe it's a Twitch stream or something. Gotcha. Did you watch the first one, Zoinks? Do you know what kind of information? Like, have they shared anything that I would want to know, by chance? I'm in the dark here. What if there's no new wipe? What do you mean? This game wouldn't work without wipes. If this game never had a wipe, it would just die. You would never, everyone would just leave. People would get bored. You can't even really do balance changes properly if you don't wipe the game. I mean, wipe is literally where Dark and Darker gains most of its players. Like, the moment it wipes is... I don't want to fight him and the goblins. I mean, there's a reason that wipes are so commonplace and popular in like a game like Rust. You know, people like wipes. You know, they don't want to just sit at high gear forever. You're not getting me. What if they shut down legally? Oh, you mean that? Oh, that I don't think that'll happen. It's only $6 million, man. 6 million, it should be a drop in the bucket for Iron Mace. I mean, how many copies of the game do you think they've sold? Like, they've definitely sold a ton of copies, and that doesn't even include microtransactions for, like, redstone shards and stuff. I'm sure that 6 million is not gonna bankrupt them by any means. You really think it will? Because I doubt it. And there's no such thing as poor old Iron Mace. They make plenty of money, I'm sure. They made 18 mil off game sales alone. And that doesn't include the redstone shards, right? Which is probably another, you know, few million minimum, probably way more. That's a wall bonk. That's a wall bonk, buddy. Sorry about that. Flyhander's a pretty big weapon. Which is way better for general audience than watching the announcements in Discord. The healing? That wasn't a heal. I mean, he asked for it. I mean, I was unprompted being attacked by this cleric, so. You still can't get over the magic staff having the same damage as a book. Dude, that magic staff nerf is so sad. Yeah, it's so sad. If there's anything that's a problem in terms of gameplay, I don't think Staff Wizard was ever one of them. So it's a little, yeah. I'm with you. play. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Oh my god. The long sword, man. The long sword. It did half my health? What grade is that? What quality longsword is that? Is that like, is it purple? Half my health is crazy. I'm not in any danger of dying or anything. Jesus, that was a lot of damage. Alright, well, I guess I'm not gonna get my 1v1. Alright. Unlucky. I don't know why Iron Mace hates Bonk Wizard so much. Like, what is it? So, Iron Mace says that they only balance for trio, and they don't give a shit about solo. They haven't said that exactly, but they've pretty much said that, right? They don't care about solo. They don't. So, why did they nerf Magic Staff when it's weak in trio, but it was strong in solo? So why bother nerfing a weapon that was only really used in solos? I just don't get it. It makes me think that they do, in fact, balance around solo, even though they try to act like they don't. But who knows? I'm gonna just reset. I wanted to fight that guy, but I didn't want to get... That fighter kind of messed up the fight. They use that as their statement, but if you look at patches, you can tell they buff and nerf things around solo. Zoinks, I have tried to convince people that that's the case, and every time I do, they say that I'm wrong, and I'm lying. That Iron Mace would never balance for solos. I personally agree with that opinion, but Iron Mace does not, or the people do not seem to agree with me whenever I, you know, dare to mention that. Not usually, at least. It seems difficult to imagine that Iron Mace does not balance around solo, because I know that I've seen balance changes that do affect solo. Case in point, the Magic Staff. There is absolutely no way in hell that Magic Staff was nerfed because of Trio. Trios don't even use the Magic Staff. It sucks. Because it has, you know, twice the movement speed penalty. It has a horrible casting animation. There's no reason to use it. And now it has the same damage as a book, so you just use a book. But in solo, you use Bonk Wizard. So it was, you know, you had a build. But yeah, I don't know. It's silly. I don't know why that ever got nerfed. No, because Melt buff, but Arcane got messed up again because of that nerf. The more magic damage, the stronger the shield is. I mean, okay, but again, trios did not use magic staff. So if trio players... If trio players aren't using staff, then why nerf it if that's the case? If Iron Mace claims to not like solos and doesn't want to balance for it, why do they do balance decisions that seem to affect solos? Seems a little silly. How many players are left on this game? Last I checked, it was 10,000 on Steam. Hold Arcane. Well, you're talking about magic staff and how it's scaled with Arcane Shield, right? Or did I misinterpret what you're saying? Answer to Zoinks. Oh. Gotcha. Personally, Magic Staff Wizard was one of my favorite builds, just period. And the fact that it got nerfed to the point of kind of no one using it is really sad. He's passing with a crystal sword? That's crazy. That's crazy. Florida Legacy? Just needed a little break from it. You should try leveling Buckler Priest. I actually started playing Priest off stream. I was playing that, yeah. Doesn't seem too bad. Have you someone who religiously plays this game in a trio setting? You disagree with the statement no one uses staff in trio? Really? I don't think the meta has ever been magic staff for trio, David, as far as I know. Am I wrong on that? I mean, I've spoken to, like, good trio players, and as far as I know, I don't think magic staff was really ever considered meta. There's way better metas than magic staff. What weapon do I like the most? Well, I was trying out the sword and board. Oh, it's a freaking Barb. Yeah, Naughty, I didn't want to do it. Well, I mean, I was just trying to play him a song. Man, not my fault. Never seen any streamers using staff in trios. I haven't either, that's why I said that. You're not saying it's meta by any means, just that it's not unused. Okay, David, when I say unused, I'm talking about meta. Because technically, everything is used in trios. Because you can use anything. I mean, Viking Sword. Or not, maybe not even Viking Sword, but like, I'm sure Club or something. Like, anything off meta can be used. I'm talking about, like, meta specifically. I don't think the magic staff was overpowered for trios. I don't think it was a meta pick. So I don't understand why it got the nerf that it did. That's all I was saying. It took one of my favorite builds and it kind of ruined it, which is really sad. Wow, that's a pretty good ring. Is Blood Exchange back yet? Oh, hell no. Blood Exchange is awful. Blood Exchange is really bad now. Don't use it. It's... The last time I tried it, it just did nothing. So, yeah, they kind of ruined it, unfortunately. By EV specific, high gear score, high roller, you still see high-end stabs on Wizard. I'm surprised to hear that. I really don't know why people would play staff in trio versus just using a spellbook or a mana or a, like a mana sphere or something. Just run morale boost. Well, morale boost is good for trio. I'm not sure if it's necessarily that great for solo, but in trio, yeah, it's pretty damn good. Kind of hard to turn away, like huge healing for a trio setting where you're probably getting a lot of kills as a frontliner. Alright, I'm just gonna vendor, like, whatever. I'm just gonna vendor stuff. I just want space to play the game. I don't really care about the money anymore. I just want space to throw my stuff in there. I might take the time to sell my spectral bags and stuff and buy the and just get that 200k donated. I feel like I might as well. It wouldn't be hard. I mean, I have 40k chilling and then I can just sell whatever else. I have so much stuff I could sell. I could easily get that 200k. In trios, you've gained over 150% HP for morale boosts. Yeah, I know. I know it's very good. Manosphere is only ran because of its insane base stats that doesn't make Crystal Ball viable. Well, that's why I specified Manosphere. fighters use Manosphere more than Magic players. Well, that's also true. 200k, the religion. So if you donate 200,000 gold, you get the zombie skin. So yeah, I might I guess I might just do that. I guess. I mean, I have the money for it. I just have to like do some like base selling. The shame my keys are worthless. They could have sold those before the update, but how was I supposed to know? Oh, we can get another 110k for that. Hoping you can get another 110k for that skin without selling your prayer. What do you mean your prayer? Your pulverizing prayer? I am actually stuck. What the heck? Gold coin just is 80k, so anyone can do the quest and get 100k towards the skin. Yeah, I could always sell that if I need to. I might have to do it soon, though. If I wait too long, everything might plummet even more, and then, you know. Like, gold coin chests will probably fall to, like, 20k or lower once you get close to, like, the end of wipe, which is probably really soon. Maybe it's time for me to, like, sell all that random stuff. Let's get it done. You're done with farming gold by now, that's why it's become a struggle to actually make gold. Yeah, it kind of sucks because, like, all the gold that I farmed... All the gold that I farmed is just worthless because I transferred it into keys. Yeah, I feel like I have one chance to get that 200k easily. And if I don't do it now, I might like have a much harder time to do it. I wonder what Troll's Bloods are selling for. One of my characters has a bunch of Troll's Bloods that I've been saving up. But I don't know if those increase or decrease. Gold. So basically, I just didn't lose money. I think I spent about 800 gold for my Troll's Bloods. Well, I mean, I saved a lot more money than what I lost on golden keys, so, you know, there's that at least. Are there any other extraction games that I am not aware of that you guys are looking forward to? As far as I know, we have Midnight Walkers in June, Mistfall Hunter in April, Vault Hunters, or Vault Breakers, I mean, in April-ish, somewhere around there. We have... I don't even know what else we have coming out that isn't already out. Is there anything else I'm not aware of? I think that's all of them. Because Shadows of Chroma Tower got, like, canceled. Well, PvP got canceled, so it's kind of, like, not really an extraction game anymore. Not as far as, you know, what I was looking for. Yeah, so webs slow everything. Well, Legacy's already out, which is why I didn't mention it. Dude, there's 3 people here. Oh my god, there's so many players. Yeah, I've already said a few times that I think Legacy has, I think the devs behind that game are solid. It's just gonna take some time before that game, like, really kicks off, because it needs a lot of work still. What happened to the PvP? Why they cancel it? To be honest, I don't really know, JWL. They made an announcement that said that they weren't interested in doing PvP anymore for the game. And I just kind of left the server after that. I don't know what's going on with that anymore, but as far as I know, they canceled it, which really sucks. Because I think if the devs had fixed up, like, the, like, crazy way the game looked, like, made it a little bit, you know, dimmer, made the frame rate better for Twitch, and just kept working on it, I think the game had some potential, which kind of sucks. There are no extraction games currently out that did what Shadows did, which was having a PvE mode, and then the harder difficulties were PvP. We never really, we just don't really, nothing else really followed that. So it's unfortunate that, you know, that, like, pretty unique way of doing things, we're never gonna get to see the light. Because I was, like, I really did like that. Because it gave, like, it was, like, so perfect for casuals. Because it basically meant that you would be able to play the game, like, without ever having to worry about PvP and, like, the 2 lower modes. And then if you wanted to try, if you wanted better gear and you wanted more challenge, you could go to the higher modes and actually fight players. So, I don't know, it's a shame, because I think that game had some, like, I was excited to try out the next playtest. You mean released with PvE mode? No, I'm talking about Shadows of Chroma Tower during the last, like, playtest. The way that they had the game set up is what I'm referring to. The next Dungeonborn stream? Yeah. I'll be sure to get on that soon. You know, I thought about doing one last Dungeonborn stream right before the servers go down. And then we can all just join lobbies and stuff together for, like, you know, like a day. You know? Thank you, brother, for the 5 gifteds, by the way. I appreciate that. But to be honest, I just don't even know if Dungeonborn is... I don't even know if it's worth my time. I would only do it just for fun. Running the Skinny Pete in exchange... That's crazy that you would say that. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. That's a wild thing to say. Hey, brother, I appreciate it, man. That fighter's been camping that door for like 5 minutes. Close. Do it? That sounds like a good send-off. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. It probably wouldn't be for a while. I would have to, yeah, that rogue was wearing, yeah, that rogue is very geared. He's running Brave Hunters. If I was gonna do it, I would probably set up, like, it would be like an event kind of deal. Like, it wouldn't be a random stream, because if I'm gonna do it, it needs, like, I need people to be here. Because if I don't have people that want to join or participate, then we can't do it, because the game won't work, right? Because you need players. So if I'm gonna do something like that, like a final last send-off for Dungeon Board, then I would have to do I would have to set up some kind of like preliminary event, like a pre-planned stream. Dude, that rogue is probably juiced out of his mind. That rogue's probably running like a 5k kit. Probably maybe higher. That rogue's gear is nuts. Doing that much damage. I can only imagine. I mean, is Tumble that impressive if you're running a gear set? Which is probably like, I can only imagine. I wanna kill him just so I can see his gear, because I know it's good. He just has 1800 throwing knife. Oh, I forgot how stupid the meta was in this game. I just have no health because he has, like, way too many throwing knives. I've literally lost. He probably has more. I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. He has, like, he's playing way too meta for me to deal with that. I don't have enough Frannies to deal with that. Honestly, his gear is not even that great. It's just that he has, like, 25 throwing knives on Rogue. So, I can't really deal with that. Rogue is a great throwing knife class. I'll tell you what. If I wanted to compete with him, I would have to bring, like, an equal number of Frannies. I just don't have that. Well, he probably spent like he probably spent 1,000 gold on throwing knives alone, though, to be fair. His throwing knives might have been more expensive than his gear set. I mean, what am I reasonably gonna do there? Like, I can't kill a rogue that's spamming throwing knives if I don't have Frannies. You know, it's just part of the meta. It was a huge thing. Remember when I was running Barb? You know, a little, like, not that long ago? And I was just and I was only doing like Frannies, I would bring like 30 of them. Potion Chugger doesn't help you win the 1v1, so I don't use it. I want a build that helps me win like the straight 1v1 against these Barbs. And the Potion Chugger isn't really helping me with that fight, so I don't use it. I need the damage. The only way I could possibly bring Potion Chugger would be if I dropped the Hatchet and I used a different weapon. With the Hatchet, I can't use Potion Chugger. I don't have the space. Even if I wanted to, I can't do it. I mean, I could bring like 40 grannies too. I could do what he's doing, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna do that in 124 lobbies. It's just not worth it. It's a very silly way to play. Very unfun way to play, I guess. If I want to do Franny spamming, I'll play in higher gear score. Because Frannies get very expensive. Can help with the rogue, though? Yeah, but if you compare the number of rogues that I see to barbarians where I need that damage, it doesn't make sense. Potion Chugger is not going to do anything to the Barb W keying me with a Killer Strike. I need all damage perk. Unless I use a different weapon and then I can drop Hex Spec. That would be the exception. Update? Nope. No, Iron Mace hasn't really been updating their game recently. I think they've updated like one time in the last month. I don't know. They seem like they've really slowed down on updates, so I don't know when the next one will be. Did you just... Okay. I don't know why he used his roar on the other side of the door, but okay. Okay, I guess. I mean, I'm really only back the dad for the day. I'm just playing it to have. I'm just playing it for fun. I just wanted a break from Legacy. I ate all the hits from the throwing knife. I mean, throwing knives are really easy to hit, man. Throwing knives are like, they're so easy. I've played Rogue and just spam throwing knives. It's so freaking easy. They fly so fast, and every time you get hit, you get slowed. So you just get chain hit, and you lose all your health. It's absolutely crazy how strong throwing knife Rogue is. That's the way to play it. If you want to play Rogue, you don't do melee. You grab like 40 throwing knives and you just keep throwing them until they're dead. Next class in Legacy, Wizard. Hey Nightmare, I'm doing alright, man. How are you doing? They're a little faster from axes. It's coming from the rogue's action speed. Well, I mean, that's still important to note. It's not just that, though. Knives also proc poison, which Francisca axes do not proc. Rogue throws throwing knives better than Barbarian throws grannies. They're faster, and they do more damage. And they have higher dex naturally, so they're gonna throw them way faster, too. If Wizard's well done, it might make you pick up Legacy. Yeah, Warrior is really the only class in Legacy that really interests me. But Wizard is definitely interesting. If Wizard was in the game right now, I would play it. Rogue and Warrior are not overtuned, except for the Warrior bug that lets you like insta-kill combo. But that's more of a thing that the devs have already said that they're gonna address, because they didn't. It's like an unintentional like animation cancel issue. Every class right now in Legacy is far closer than people are acting like it is. Hunters are also insane. The fact that you didn't mention Hunter shows me that, or tells me that that either you don't play or you haven't played enough. Because Hunter with Cyclone might be stronger than Warrior and Rogue if you didn't consider like some of the other broken shit that's in the game, like that one-shot combo. Cyclone Hunter is absolutely insane. That shit is not fun to play against. It's an infinite movement speed skill that has no cooldown. That also hurts you if you touch it. So, good luck. You don't play what you've never seen Hunters or Priests? Yeah, that's because you were probably seeing it before the update. Since the update, I think half my lobbies are Hunters. I'm not exaggerating. If you watch, I made a video of Legacy today. And I think I fought 2 Warriors that took 1 minute out of the 18-minute video. And the rest were Hunters, Priests, and a couple Rogues. When was the update? A couple days ago. I don't know the exact day. Pretty recently, though. Maybe like Thursday, maybe? You got a refund for Legacy, but you're gonna play it in the future? That's fair. I think right now, Legacy's only worth 25 if you're okay with the game being in, like, a very obviously unfinished state. Legacy needs a lot of work. What's gonna be really telling about how Legacy is gonna go as far as just over the next few months is, does Legacy's player base drop like lower than they're currently at? Right now, I think Legacy usually sits around like 1 to 2K players, somewhere in that range. So the question is going to be, do the developers continue to update the game and like deliver consistently good patches, or does the game feel like it fizzles out with like not great updates? You know, that's gonna really be the big thing. So far, it seems like the devs are on top of at least trying to do good updates and communicating, so we'll have to wait and see. But well, and again, it depends on the person, Lanky. I think the game is worth 25 if you're a hardcore extraction player like myself, and the you know, like, in the general theme of the game interests you. But not everybody's like that, like you and me. You know, some people are not even coming from extraction games. They're coming from like World of Warcraft and they're just getting pub stomped because they don't even know how to play PvP because they just, you know, they just play WoW and run dungeons or whatever. They just thought it looked cool because it looked like World of Warcraft, right? You have to consider these other players that have never even picked up an extraction game that are having to fight people like me and you, perhaps, which, you know, the learning curve. It's gonna be a matter of, like, you know, can they actually pull more players in, or does the game kind of, like, start to slowly fizzle? I noticed that the Steam reviews for Legacy have dipped back to mixed, which isn't that big of a deal, because it was only at, like, 72. So, like, going from 72 to 69 really isn't that big of a deal. It's just, it's not. I mean, it's a big deal in the sense that it looks better on Steam to show positive and not mixed. But it's such a, like, a close percentage. I don't think it's that, like, telling or anything. I don't think it, like, really changes anything. But I hope the devs are able to keep releasing quality patches and kind of get the game to a state where, like, even I would say it's worth buying regardless of each mode. Did I play Tarkov? No. No. I played a little bit of it, but not enough to, like, really talk about it. I'm not really too interested in it. Tarkov being pay to win. Well, in Tarkov, you directly pay for bigger, secret, you know, like the stashes that you can't lose stuff and in space and everything. I know that much. Like, there's a lot. Like, I think you pay like $250 for Tarkov for the highest edition. It's a lot. I would consider that pretty pay to win. I mean, Legacy's already kind of on the cusp of feeling that way because they've kind of made the storage so artificially limiting that it almost feels like they're forcing people or trying to force people to buy the game, which I've made pretty clear, like, last week. While players spend $25 a month, the $25 game is nothing. Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm more referring to, like, I wonder how many more players they're gonna be able to grab, you know, for, like, you know, to keep playing the game. Like, is Legacy gonna keep growing in players, or is it gonna fizzle out? You know, I don't have the answer to that. You saw Midnight Walkers has that how do you expand the safe storage? There's an item that I got from a boss that let me expand my safe storage, but it wasn't active yet. But that's how you do it. It's from a boss. It's not paid. At least it wasn't paid in the past. So as long as the devs don't change their mind, Zoinks, that is how that would work, I would assume. Trashes are brutal in nature, so the casuals who want to chill out are going to go elsewhere. Well, that's why I said that the way that Shadows of Chroma Tower did it felt like very casual friendly, because you could play the game purely PvE, and then it wouldn't become PvP until you wanted to go to the higher, like, modes, which I thought was, like, a pretty okay way to do it. Midnight Walkers is gonna have a separate PvE mode if you didn't know that. When you load up Midnight Walkers and you go to the menu selection at the top of the screen, it has a PvE section. So we know that it is going to have PvE at some point in time. It's going to be the first extraction game that isn't, you know, shooter based like Tarkov that has a PvE option, because Dark and Darker doesn't, Legacy doesn't, Mistfall, none of these other games have it at the moment. So it'll be like the first one. So I'm curious how that ends up going. Full gear refund, huh? Sure. Why not? Like PvE Tarkov? Yeah, to my understanding, that is how Midnight Walkers will be. I mean, they have a PvE section, so I'm assuming that that is still how that's planned. Please. Some people came back when they had PvE. Some people don't want the PvP, but still like the rush of extraction. I don't think it's a bad idea to have PvE in your game, as long as it doesn't disrupt like your PvP mode. For whatever reason, Dark and Darker decided that they didn't want any PvE, and I think that was a mistake. I think if Dark and Darker had a separate mode that didn't share gear, and one was PvE and one was PvP, I think they actually would have had more players, personally, but, you know, what do I know? Midnight Walkers was cool, but you didn't like the perma creep with guns. I didn't notice any issues while I played about perma creep with guns, but I guess I could see that being annoying. You'd be more inclined to do PvE because that's just the biggest complaint you had if you can be degenerate. Well, that's just kind of how PvP games go, right? If they did, all your friends would have come back. Could the mass man standing in your group really lanky? Yeah, you know, it's funny. Dark and Darker has a pretty sizable player count at the moment, but it doesn't feel like they're growing, you know? Dark and Darker has like a consistently moderate size game, you know, like a consistent like 10k, 20k, somewhere in that range, but it doesn't feel like over the months since Steam release that they're growing. They're going the opposite direction, which has always kind of worried me, because I'm not sure if Dark and Darker is going to like be able to stand against these other extraction games if they don't improve and start. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. I just don't know what the future of Dark and Darker is gonna look like. That's all. Hard to say. Are they gonna fill it with AI? Oh, I have no idea, Caden. I don't know. I just know that it's going to exist. I don't know any more details than you do. I mean, the developers also made a Discord post that said that balance for PvP was not their primary concern for this playtest, and they really weren't planning to do any balancing until launch. So I don't know if PvP balance is necessarily the important at the moment, one way or the other, at least for now. It would be cool to upscale the PvE modes where you want to go out, find other groups to team up and fight PvE. You know what I was always hoping for this game would add? Guilds. I always had this like thought of making a like a firebox guild. But, you know, I don't know what the name would be, but a guild. And then I would be able to, like, facilitate that. We would be able to, like, work together towards goals or something. I don't know. I always thought there would be some kind of guild system because it felt like that was always kind of promised or talked about, and then it just never happened, which was always really unfortunate. Those sashes seem useless and a waste of time. I don't understand the sashes at all. Maybe I just don't get it, but it feels like it was just a waste. I would have rather have seen a quiver or something, not a sash. In the Legacy dev video, they said they'll have guilds with a guild hall, kind of like the lodge that you upgrade together. Yeah, but Iron Mace also said we were gonna have a full-fledged character, you know, character system, and here we are. You guys in the EU, US are lucky to be able to play the game properly. Here in Asia, it's filled with cheaters. I've heard the cheating situation has been getting really bad because of the reduced player count. So you're noticing them a lot more. I heard about that. I've always felt for you people that are on the OCE type servers. Because I know how... I can only imagine how frustrating it would be to not be able to, like, actually play the game and just worry about cheaters 24/7. I've seen clips, and it looks so awful. Yeah, Spot Hunter quit, right? Does he even play anymore? To my knowledge, he doesn't play. There's 2 useless empty spaces. Why not use them? Dude, who knows, man? I don't know what Iron Mace... I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you. I make games look easy. You bought Legacy, but you suck at all PvP. So you'll stick to Deep Rock Galactic? Tens, you just have to keep playing, man. You're not gonna be good in the first hour. You gotta put some time into it, man. Put like a week or 2 into it. It's not like an instant thing. It takes time. Come on, man. Do you think it's better to learn a game in a group rather than solo? I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm playing a new game, I would rather play solo because I know that I'm probably gonna die a lot, and I don't want to have to wait for other people when I keep dying. Do you guys remember? I know not all of you might have been there. The first day that I played Mistfall Hunter, I must have died dozens of times. It sure felt like I died dozens of times. That game was hard. Starting out, man. If I was in a team and I had to constantly worry about dying and then waiting for people to leave, whatever, it would have slowed my progress down so much. So I don't know. I kind of like solos. For, like, learning. Because I don't know who you are. I mean, Legacy's only been out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Maybe 3. I mean, everybody's still pretty new. I don't think... It's not like this... It's not the same as starting up Dark and Darker. You know? You don't have people with 3 years of experience playing the game with thousands of hours. You have maybe a few sweats who played, like, the playtests that are, like, very sweaty. Or you have people like me who just played a lot, but... You know, I'm a lot... In terms of, like, gameplay mechanics, I am a lot better at Dark and Darker than Legacy because I put 3,000 hours in Dark and Darker and 100 hours in Legacy. So it's, like, pretty obvious which one I'd be better at. But... I don't know. Well, Lich is going to... You know, I'm pretty sure Legacy is just, like, Lich's... What's the word for it? Like, the bridge game? Because the moment that Mistfall Hunter comes out, Lich is swapping to that, I'm almost positive. Because that's the game that Lich has been talking about for a while. I even saw, like, a message on his... I saw something on Discord. It seems like that's what he's looking forward to the most, so... Once that comes out, I'm pretty sure Lich is, like, leaving Legacy. I would not be surprised, at least. You think you have some real and permanent issues with controls? You're an older person? I'm older too! You know, Tens. It's never too late to get better. Never too late. You know, my dad used to be, pretty good at games. Not so much anymore. I watched him play Fortnite one time. This was a while back. And it hurt watching him try to aim and shoot at people. It was tough to watch. He used to be so good at games too. I don't know what happened. I guess it's the age thing. I guess. Coming for all of us? Oh, I know. Dude, I already, get him into Dude, my dad loves Balatro. My whole family likes Balatro. They're the ones who got me into it. They all talk about it all the time. I thought about doing a Balatro stream. It's pretty fun. It's like video game crack, basically. Is that the same as Mario? No, man. I used to play, like, Halo 3 and stuff with my dad back in the day. We used to play couch, you know. We used to play on the couch. Whole family would sit down and, you know, do Forge mode and stuff. And play. I'm good at Mario, too. I used to play a lot of Mario back in the day. Yeah, my dad is is probably one of the bigger reasons I even got into games. So, you have him to thank for that. But he's getting into his 50s. So, his reaction on games are definitely a little bit, worse than it used to be. So my kid? Yeah, I can show it real quick. Hatchet. All attribute piece. 2 true fizz, finesse. Action speed loose. True fizz gloves. Movement speed boots. And then just heals. And a gray bardish. You're playing muds? I don't know what mud is. What is that? You're around my... Oh, you're around my father's age? Oh, okay. I don't think I would ever recommend to my dad to play an extraction game. I actively told him not to, actually. So, because he was gonna play Dark and Darker, and I was like, I don't know if you want to do that. He did play it during the playtest with me, like maybe playtest 3 or something, but it was only one time. He just died to skeletons. I couldn't help him. He would just run in. He didn't know how to fight the like white basic skeleton. It was tough. Your dad got you antidepressants? Well, that's depressing. Okay, maybe was that a bad joke? I don't know. I don't know if that was a bad joke. What? Okay. Anyway. You can tell younger people are better in controls. Well, I can tell you that I can already tell that my reflexes for shooter games have gone down significantly. I used to be very, very good at Call of Duty and Battlefield and Halo and all those games. I can still play them and do well, but it's nowhere near like I used to. Mud is a multi-user dungeon, a text-based console game where you write? That sounds like something my dad played. Yeah, that sounds, I don't know much about that. Wasn't really around for that. Yeah, my dad mostly plays single-player games now. Civilization 7 is what he's currently... Oh, you are such a fool bag. If I see a ranger doing that shit, it's kill on sight. They gotta die. That Barb really could have killed me, but glad he was a good sport about it. Joke, yeah, joke, don't worry. But a bit of a real at the same time, yeah. I'm in a fortunate spot to have a good relationship with my dad, so I don't have to worry about that. I guess I'm just lucky. What was the ranger doing? Camping in a dark corner with double windlass, and then hot swap to a spear. Fastest way to level up characters? I think you just play I think, you know what, no, going down to hell I think is fastest. Damn, he's one shot too. I'm more one shot than he is. So, oh well. Yeah, I've never played Ultima Online. I've heard of it, but never played it. You know what I really have been in the mood to play recently? Fallout. Fallout 3 or New Vegas. I've been on the games that I've just been like really wanting to play. Your first wife and you like to test all classes? Yeah, if you're good enough to do hell runs, it's pretty fast. If not, just play the game and you'll get it eventually. What does thyroid have to do with gaming? Is it like, does it affect your reflexes or something? New Elder Scrolls? Yeah, my great grandchildren are really gonna like the next Elder Scrolls game. Fallout 76? I just not too interested in that. I tried it, but what if that fighter died? Open every chest you can? Yeah, that'll help too. I don't really trust this Barb. I don't know if he's gonna murder me or not. Oh, what the? I'm out of Franny. See ya. See you later. You shoot at a single player Fallout that gets updates? Yeah. You know why I don't like Fallout 76? Because the game markets itself as a multiplayer co-op game, and if you play co-op with another person, you have to split in order, like, you can't play the game together because there's a bunch of story segments that'll make you play solo. It's very, very stupid. That's my biggest issue. Because I was gonna play it with a friend of mine, and like we just kept having to split off from each other, so we gave up. It's like having an MMO, and then every time you try to do something with somebody, it splits you off by yourself. That's what it feels like. You're jealous of having the emote? Just me and you left, buddy. What do you want to do? What's the play, Barb? He seems done with my shit. Alright, GG. Totally fair and balanced emote. Thank you, Iron Mace, for the pay to win emote. Oh, not really pay to win. Stream to win emote. Appreciate it. Do not play with VoIP. No. No, I don't trust people in VoIP. People are very rude. I get very nasty messages all the time. So, I don't need VoIP 1 to also hear them too. Play Avowed? That game has pretty mixed reviews. I'm not paying $70 for a mixed review game. It seems a little, it seems kind of meh from what I've seen. Maybe not bad, but not great either. Maybe worth it, but not for 70 bucks. Wait, Lich had to run out of range after downing people? He had a lot of people salty with them? What do you mean, Lanky? What about Lich? Did I miss something? That was very random. Was that like a reply to what I said? Oh, in Legacy with VoIP? Yup, I get it. Yep. Makes sense. Time for blanket mode? Oh, alright, good night, Zell. I'm not gonna be on too much later. I just wanted to do like a short Dark and Darker stream. So have a good night, man. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. The slurs people were saying? Well, yeah, I mean, do you really think I want to hear people, you know, cuss me out because I kill them in Dark and Darker? Not really. I don't need to hear all that shit, man. Alright, Tendrog, are you leaving? I'll catch you later, man. You don't want to hear it, or you don't want to say it or hear it, so you turn it off. Now, you know where I always have voice chat on? Modern Warfare 2. The OG, the 360 version. Even like, a few years ago when they updated the servers for Xbox and or for consoles in general. Yeah, I always had voice chat on for that. I couldn't miss the shit talk. Nothing beats everyone having like the 2009 mic. Great. It's like part of the game's charm. But I didn't stream Modern Warfare 2, so I don't really care what other people are saying. If I'm streaming this game, it's a lot different. Yeah, Zoinks, if they just made Fallout oh my god, whatever, Fallout 76 completely co-opable and you didn't have to ever split from each other, I definitely would have played it more than I did. 100%. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Seems fun. I don't know if I should feel bad for doing that or not, but it's really, really funny. So. You only got into it because of the TV show? Into Fallout? Like Fallout in general or Fallout 76? I've been playing Fallout since, like, Fallout 3 first released, pretty much. You got into Skyrim over Fallout 3? Well, everyone played Skyrim. Of course I played Skyrim, but I played all of it. Fun fact, for the first time I played Skyrim, for the first week, I didn't know you could have quest markers. Tell you what, it sure was hard for me to get around. Hatchet gameplay? Yeah, you better believe it, baby. Wow. That fighter just got embarrassed in 4K. That's so sad. Uh-oh. I don't know if they're gonna attack me or not. I'm ready for it, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, sorry, buddy. Oh my god. Alright. Well, that was all skill. All skill from me, baby. My music skills are too much for this lobby. Oh my god. D-Gen gameplay? Yeah, I mean, I never said it wasn't D-Gen gameplay. It's pretty funny, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's like I'm ringing the dinner bell. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he gonna come for me? Oh. I don't know. What is he pointing at? Is that his body? Wait, is this the lizard that I killed? Is that him? No, I think it's the same lizard. I think he rejoined the lobby. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Funny till it happens to me? Well, I'm just not gonna fall for it. Is he holding a weapon in his hand, or is he just using a shield? I would put money on it that this is the same Barb that I killed. Almost guaranteed. The rejoining feature is part of why HR is so AIDS too. Why are we hitting goblins? Come here. No, you're cheating. You have a shield. No way, you're scared of the fist. Come here and let me hit you with my fists. He's cheating! Oh, you loser. He didn't want to fight with fists. Oh. No, you're no fun. You're no fun. What the heck? Thought we were having a fist fight. What's that all about? That's not fair. That's what I get. That's what I get for trying to have a friendly fist fight, I guess. I was winning, too. I was winning for sure. You're supposed to pull your weapon out midway through? Oh, I wanted to have a fun fist fight. I didn't know he was gonna cheat. Thought we were all playing fair here. They'll address it soon. They should have addressed it 2 months ago. It's been a problem since the wipe started. Kind of weird it took so long. Goblin's hurt. You want the stupid zombie game back? I mean, I'm not a dev. Go talk to them. Bro, we have to wait 3 months for that to come back. You better buckle up, Buster. We got some time. We got some time. That ain't coming back anytime soon. Come back to me in June, and then we can talk about it. Is the axe supposed to be on, like, the side of my screen like this? That looks like a visual bug. I don't think it's supposed to be that. Damn. Died to a rogue, I'm guessing. I don't have iron well, so that might be kind of hard to play. Over there too. A lot of people in here, man. Everybody's naked. Well, it's normals, so I mean, I also look pretty naked, wouldn't you say? Whoa. Where did that warlock come from? Well, sorry, buddy. Oh, the warlock beat the sorcerer. Where did they go? Did they come over here? Maybe I passed them. What happened to Dungeon Born? Oh, I think it died. I think it's dead. Made a whole video about Dungeon Born, so you can watch that if you like. It was a nice game. It was a nice game ran by poor developers. What are you gonna do? What it is. Does Ranger need a nerf? The only... There's a few things Ranger has that's a little bit annoying. The windlass hot swapping is pretty annoying. And I think the shotgun skill is pretty unfun because it's like completely RNG based. And it can one-shot you or just do no damage. And it feels like a skill that is that crazy on RNG. Feels a little unfun. Outside of that, I know backstep spear is strong too, but I don't have a whole lot else to really talk about as far as Ranger goes. Have people in a trap and they duck out of it? I have personally tried to duck out of shotgun skill, and then I just get insta-killed. So, I've been on kind of both ends. I don't think the shotgun skill is particularly fun to fight, because you're supposed to close the gap on a ranger, but then you close the gap and then you pull out the shotgun skill, and sometimes it one-shots you, sometimes it does nothing. It's a little silly, but I don't know, it's hard to say. People might agree, disagree, I don't really know. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to do a little bit of a short Dark and Darker stream. I don't know what I'll be playing tomorrow. Maybe back to Legacy. We'll see what I feel like doing. Either way, thank you all for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you're on YouTube, if you don't mind, like the video before you go. Appreciate it. Helps the VOD, so thank you in advance. If you're on Twitch, don't forget to drop a follow. We'll be live again soon, so I'll see you guys then, alright? Thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your night.